Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to be sharing my 10 favorite free plugins for guitar and production at home. So let's dive in and I'm going to share some great resources. I use these a ton in all of my stuff that I do. So let's dive in. So the first one here is a guitar tuning plugin. And there is a paid version of it here. You can get the full version, but you can get the free version. That's what I use. And it's a really good tuner, especially for low tunings. And it's in that different style where it kind of spins around. But it's a great tuner. It's quick and easy to use. And it's great for low tunings as well. So definitely pick this one up. You want to keep all your productions in tune. So you got a couple options with it as well. You can go up to the settings here and you can go to a slow mode or a fast mode, flats or sharps. So it's a really awesome tuner and it's completely free. So definitely check that one out if you haven't already. Next, we've got Slate drums. It's been around for a long time. 5.5, you can get the free version here. So you get the kit here. It's pretty limited. You got a couple of presets here. There's like 3 kits you can use, like a dry kit. Especially starting out, if you don't have any drum libraries here or anything like that, this is great to use. It's got heaps of control over attack and release and everything you want with the kit. It also comes with some grooves and a groove player. So you could, if you buy grooves, you can load them in here. You can actually get these ones that are already part of it and you can play with them. So you got different categories here like rock or whatever. Hit the pattern. See, there's your main kit there. You've also got options to edit the kit and you've got a mixing section so you can balance it. And yeah, it's a really good free drum library just to get started. Another cool thing about this one is if you go to the samples here, you can load up any samples that you may have purchased or you own, or if you have any free ones. So it comes with this vintage kick. You can just drag and drop them here. So you can build different beats and things like that with different samples, not just from the drum library there. You can build your own. Next, we have Valhalla Supermassive, a free reverb/delay plugin. And I use this all the time. It has some really cool presets that you can use for your guitar tones. You can make some ambient sounds. This thing is awesome and it's used a lot for myself and I see a lot of people using it as well. Basically, you can go through all these different presets here and try them out. There's different large reverbs and stuff like that that give you some really cool spatial effects. So here's a little lead part from something I was working on before. And here's Supermassive. I just put it on there. I didn't use this for this, but I'm just going to give you a demo of what it can do and what it sounds like with this lead. So what the lead sounds like without Supermassive, we'll just turn the mix all the way off. Let's add Supermassive here and let's just put on one of the presets here. I like these sort of like ones here. They're pretty cool, like Dark Matter. We Are Stardust. These ones have like really big reverbs that you can add and like sort of do sort of backing ambient sounds. That's obviously a massive long reverb there and it just kind of keeps stacking, which can be really cool tonally for like making some cool ambience when you're doing some parts for your music there and you just want something in the background to give it some vibe. And obviously here you can turn the mix down and there's plenty of other presets that have smaller reverbs and effects and delay stuff as well. So highly recommend checking out this one. If you haven't got it already, pick it up. Another one from Valhalla, and this one is the Space Modulator plugin, and this one is awesome as well. And where I use this, it has some cool effects that I've used for just playing around with some effects, but it's awesome for doing bass stereo sound. So what I could do is make a bus here to feed it into. So I've got the clean bass bus here. So I'm just going to feed it into this channel here. Now we've made that send to it. So now we can load up this in parallel. So we've got this Valhalla Space Modulator in parallel, so it's feeding this bass as well. So at the moment we've got it up and the signals will turn it down on the mixer. So I've got the mix up on the plugin here and I've got the mode set to symphonic, the rate at 0.6 Hertz, depth at 10 ms and everything else here at noon. So now I'm going to dial that in and blend it in. So you can use this to like widen out your bass, make it more stereo, and it's a cool effect, just using it subtly there. and using it in parallel. So you're not putting in the full mix on it. So you're not using it completely there. You just kind of dial it in with that parallel bus there that we've got here. So another free plugin here, and you can go to Splice to get that. If you've got a Splice account, there's a free plugin here. It's made by Xfer Records here, and it's called OTT. Basically, it's a really over-the-top, that's what OTT stands for, multi-brand compressor. It sounds great on drums. It sounds great on your instrument buses. You can even put it like on, just try it on anything and kind of it's pretty aggressive. So you want to try and play with it and see what works, but it is definitely great on drums and shells, especially if you're using like snares and kicks. So on this demo track that I think I used it for the instrument bus here. So this is what it looks like here. I've got the depth, which is basically, it starts out pretty high. So you turn that way down, and that's pretty much sort of like the mix knob there. And you've obviously got your output gain and everything like that, but it's pretty aggressive. So if I solo the instrument bus here, I don't know, for me it sounds sick. It just brings out a lot of like the transient hits, and like you can hear it brings up other instruments, like the bass sounds more full and everything like that. Yeah, it just sounds sick. So definitely try this out. It's absolutely free to use. So definitely download it and have it in your toolkit. The next one we have here is by Keep Forest, and this is a really awesome one. So it works with the free Contact player. So if you get the free Contact player, it will work with that. And this one's called Ferrum, and it's a sequencer, and it's really awesome to use. So you could use this for making all different like movie trailer sounds. So in this little track here, I'll give you a demonstration what that one sounds like. So this is what it looks like when you drag it into Contact. This is what I used it for. So you can add these different sequences here, and basically you can adjust these and make different beats out of them. And they also have all these different presets that from basic trailers to fills and things like that. And it's really awesome just to add a bit of pulse, or you can do all sorts of creative things with it. So I'm going to show you how I used it with this track here. So we'll see what it sounds like on its own and then in context. See, it's pretty subtle, but in context, it sounds really cool. So going from the transition of this one part of the section into this one, and you'll hear that little pulsing effect, and it gives you that sort of like, makes you want to nod your head, and that good transition. So you could use this in all different creative ways. All right, next up is one by Spitfire Audio, and they have this Labs collection. And if you haven't discovered these yet, you're going to be here for a while because they have so many free instruments and they're really high quality and they sound amazing. So once you discover this, you're going to be downloading a bunch of them and you'll be entertained for ages. There's heaps of great resources here. I used a few of them here and I haven't tried out all of them yet, but I've got a few in this track which I'll demonstrate, and they sound really good. So I have a few here. So one of them here is the choir. So here I've got a choir section for this one. I've also got some horns from them here. So those horns, I've got an alarm one here, and I've got this sort of cool sound as well. And also I got this string section here. So I'll play what these sound like and then we'll hear them in context. So first is the strings over this sort of main anthem part. So they sound like this on their own. And in context with everything else in the mix, it sounds like this. All right, so pretty epic part there, just kind of backing the strings. And then we also had, like I said, we had some horns that were kind of sort of at that like sort of transition point. So we'll see what those sound like. These are the horns here. So this is what they sound like. So that's layered with a bunch of other stuff in this transition point. These Arctic swells play at the intro of the song and they sound like this. So the next one is also by Spitfire Audio, and that is the BBC Symphony Orchestra. And this is awesome if you want a full orchestra that's completely free to use and sounds great, which I used here, which I'll show you. So you can see here, everything below here is from that orchestra. So it's a VST with a multi-out, and it has, you know, all different instruments. I just loaded them up in their own tracks here. So here, when I click on the violins here, this is what I've got here. So comes like this. So it's got all different sections for the ensemble. So you've got piano, you've got violins 1, violin 2, you've got violas, you've got your cellos, you've got basses, you've got the trumpet sections, you've got all the percussion at the front here. There's a harp as well. And then, yeah, you've got flutes if you want to add those. And then you've got horns. So it's fully stacked. And then you've got like long, you know, all the different like tremolos, whatever you want to do for those articulations. And that sounds great. This is a really good one as well. So I'll solo the orchestra, what I have here. So it looks like I've got violins. I've got, you know, filled it out here throughout the whole section. And it looks like I've got some horns as well, just to kind of give it some impact over those bass notes. So this one's really fun to play around with, especially to learn some new instruments if you haven't used an orchestra before. And in context of everything else in the mix, it sounds like this. So the next one is still orchestration stuff as well. It's by Project Sam. They have the free orchestra series. So they had the first one that they released. They've also got the free orchestra 2. So I've got the second one. You can get the first one still, I believe, but I've got the second one here. And they just come out over the months here. They've been out for a while, since August 2023. It's when I first got these strings here, which sound amazing. So as the months went out, they released them. Once again, it works with the free Contact player, which is great. So we've got all these sections here, and they sound like this. So yeah, some really great sounds. I really like these strings, and I think the dystopian bow sounds really nice, as well as this warm ensemble. So all great sounds, high quality. Definitely check them out and help inspire you to write some more creative stuff and have some more tools in your tool belt. Another great resource is by Heavyocity, and they've got this Foundation series that works with a free Contact player as well. And they've got some really cool free sounds here. So I've got the piano one, but they've got other ones like the guitar, you know, they've got some strings and choir and everything like that. So definitely check out these. They're really high quality. So I'll give you a demonstration of the piano that I used here for sort of an ambient thing that I'm doing. So you could use this in really cool ways. Same with that Supermassive, you could like make some really cool ambient sounds. And in context, it sounds like this with that little piano part. Lastly, we have one that I've covered on the channel before. It's by STLTones. It's their free amp they offer here, this Ignite one. It also comes with an IR loader with some impulse responses in there as well. So there's your cab ready to go as well. So you can basically just load this up, start messing with some guitar sounds, and you're good to go. So for example track that we've got here, I just reloaded some of the guitars with the free one here. So I've got the amp here, and then I've also loaded it up with the IR loader for the rhythms and the leads. And I just did some presets here. I didn't really do much tweaking. And just in context, it's going to sound like this on its own. And then I'll play it within the mix, what we just had earlier. Now, all together in the mix with this free amp. Hopefully you found some creative tools to help you inspire you on your music journey. I'm going to leave the video here, play through the final context of what we were working on through the mix here, so you can kind of hear all the elements kind of combined and how it sort of flows together and what I made here with all the different free instruments. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.